Okay. All right, let's clear and ground the energies. Breathe in. Breathe out. One more. Breathe in. Breathe out. Hello and welcome to Arcana Universe. This is going to be your tarot today. Let's get started. So we're going to do our spinny spin. We're going to get right to it, all right? What do we need to know right now? One and a two and a love. Ooh, someone wants to know about their love energies at this time. Okay. Yeah, definitely. We're getting some sort of like soulmate energy is what I'm picking up here so far. So this energy may feel very like familiar, or it almost feels like there's some level of like a soul tie or past lives together. There's this level of like familiar kind of energy. So it may be easy for these two to like just connect or talk, hang out. Okay, let's see what we have here. Okay. Okay. Someone's chatty, like it's just like they want to reveal everything. Like it's because somebody here is not able to come forward and talk even though they want to. It's just like they want to have their energy read. Okay, I'm picking up on somebody here that wants to come forward and speak the truth. Okay, so yeah, what I'm picking up is I'm getting the case of the ex. Okay, somebody here is dealing with somebody that like they no longer speak to, talk to. There's some level of ending. Okay, hello Brandon. And so this is the story I'm getting. Okay, somebody here, due to their set ways. Okay, hello DW. Due to their set ways, their stubbornness, okay, due to their stubbornness and some level of immaturity and like wanting to be like a player energy, okay, like they wanted to play the field. And they were connecting with somebody that they wanted like a real commitment in a sense, like real monogamy or like something that was established. So this can be in the form of like marriage or higher level of commitment. But somebody here, due to their stubbornness, they weren't able to continue on with this connection. It was almost as if like these two, even though they may have like had shared a lot of like happy times, happy moments, and all of that, but I do sense some level of conflict. And the conflict was because somebody here was set in their ways and they felt like, I'm getting like breadcrumbing energy. So they were doing things that was just not desirable. It was just like, it didn't feel like there was going to be longevity. Like it didn't feel right, okay? And it largely had to do with the fact that somebody here was very immature. They were keeping their options open, or like they had this demeanor of wanting to just like do whatever they want. They didn't want to be like tied down in a sense, or be told what to do, or like felt like they needed to live up to their responsibility. Like I'm getting commitment phobe, Okay, I'm getting commitment, full energy. And so what happens if one side is dedicated and wants monogamy and the other side doesn't? Okay, there's going to be some level of friction, challenge, even if, you know, there's care for one another or there was like wonderful time spent together, what have you. Because of this tension, not being able to see things eye to eye, somebody here was just kind of like tired of the conflict, the drama, what have you. Okay, hello potato. And so somebody here got fed up. They're just like, no, you can't treat me this way. You know, there was some level of disrespect. I'm getting, okay, not just some level, a lot of disrespect, okay? Hello, Teresa wrote, this feels familiar. Yeah. And so at this time, there's this like separation energy, like they literally, like they could be in the same room and there's still this like separate like energy. So whether it is literal distance, you somebody here, I'm getting like cut off energy, like there was definitely like an ending and they don't have access. Somebody here stopped playing. It's just like game over, like no redo, no, you know, multiple chances. It's just like somebody here was tired of going in circles, repeating the same patterns. And so somebody, the energy that was doing all the playing and games, now they feel this coldness, this like casting away. Okay, but they want to talk. Okay, what do they want to talk about? Oh, it's this card again, right? They want to talk because so somebody here has been like thinking a lot. They've been like recollecting the past and all the wonderful memories that were shared. And they still feel like this destined pull and path, feeling like, no, like something's not over, like something's not done here. And they just feel like they miss the good times. And they also feel like it's been such a long time, like they want to come and create some level of stability within this connection because they understand that the person who didn't want to play games, they were authentic and genuine and all of that, like they do deserve to be reciprocated. And so somebody here, yeah, look at that, we have a pair here, look at that. So somebody here wants to be a match. Okay, so if they made a decision. The person that was playing the games and stuff like that, they made a decision here. Because what was the decision? Well, I see here that they played themselves because they, instead of embracing a good thing, like they took it for granted, they self-sabotaged. They didn't want it to continue. Why? Okay, this person has a lot of work to do, and I see here, especially when it comes to their foundation, finances, they wanted to be a better version of themselves because they didn't feel like they were worthy. So when somebody feels like they're not worthy for the connection or for somebody here, they'll reject it because they feel like they're not good enough. Okay, so they'll do self-sabotaging behaviors. And so what I'm seeing here is this person realizes what they have done and they're trying to work on themselves. So the person that did the self-sabotaging, I will say they don't see things clearly. Like they have a tendency to be easily influenced, okay? It's almost as if other people's opinions matter to them a lot, like a lot, to the point where it's just like someone's opinions, they take it as their own, or they take it as an example to lead by, or like to follow in a sense. And the person that they were getting all of this from, they don't know what they're talking about. They're just very headstrong, okay? It's just like they know what they know, and they'll preach it and they'll talk about it as if it's like 100% truth, that this is the way, the only way, and if anybody else does, thinks differently, they're wrong, and only they are right. Like that's the energy that I'm picking up. And so and I see here this person has a lot of influence on this energy, and because this energy is easily influenced, they weren't able to see things clearly. And I do still sense some level of handicap. They are still not seeing things clearly. It's just the fact that the person that they are being easily influenced by, like they can't see that what they say, what they do, their thought process, and their way of thinking, they just blindly believe it. Okay, somebody here is not thinking on their own. But what I do sense here is that because it's almost like they're being pushed to see things in a different perspective. It's almost like God kind of came in and is exposing this energy to see things in a different light. And because they understand, like, they do want to invite love into their life. Like they do want some level of higher commitment, but God really had to step in and was just like, this is not the way. Somebody here was being strayed and being influenced by somebody here who had a different perspective that wasn't spiritual. Yeah, so instead of like and this person knows, they feel it, that like they know that what they're saying, like, is not right, it's not accurate, and now they're even more confused. But what's bringing them back is that they're being shown a different perspective on, what the other person is thinking and what they may be going through and how they may see the situation. And so somebody here is, because they still have love for the person that they self-sabotaged, there is some level of like glimmer of hope in a sense, right? But something needs to end here. Okay, what needs to wrap up? So somebody here is kind of like operating out of ego. Okay, so they feel like, yeah, I'm getting a lot of confusion energy. Somebody here has a different image or an outlook of what success looks like, what love thinks look. They feel like love should look a certain way. And something about like impressing others is ego based. Okay, so I was getting something about like shallow energy. Okay, so somebody here may have a tendency to like be shallow. And so God wants them to stop that. Like there's something about like vanity. Okay, somebody here is like vain, and they want to, they're, yeah, it's not really a good, healthy outlook is what I'm seeing here. This card came up again, okay? I'm getting here, somebody is, they don't want to see this energy be better. They want to keep them stuck. So I'm getting somebody who is like sick, okay? They could be like mentally sick, or they may have like, they may be, you know, have some sort of illness or something like that. And because somebody here is like very protective of this energy, and so they're trying to keep them in a pen. Okay, I'm getting like a cage. It's a cage, but it's a mental cage. It's almost like, because they know they can't lock them up and make them do what they want them to do. They project a certain thought process of like what should be, and so it's a mental entrapment. Okay. Oh, ooh. I'm also getting like blackmail energy. Okay. I'm not talking about an African American male man. I'm not talking about black male. Okay, just to be clear. Okay, okay, just to be clear. Hello, hello, mob. Okay, hello, arrow mittens. Yes, black male. Like somebody here is just like kind of forcing somebody to do what they want because they have something either against them or they're using something, you know? So and what I was getting here is somebody here has been very generous. And so it's like if they don't listen to this person that is keeping them in a mental cage, okay? If they don't do what they say, if they don't agree with what they want, then that generosity, that handout, that whatever this, you know, they're holding, you know, that they have a leash on to this person in a sense, okay? They won't have access to that. So it's almost like somebody here is, I don't want to say blindly, but it's like they know it's wrong or they know something's not right, but they're just saying or agreeing or just doing what what this energy wants because they have some sort of hold on them and they don't want to accept, they don't want to upset them enough for them to take back whatever they have been generous with. Okay, somebody here is very scared about what their life would look like if they went against their wishes or didn't do what they wanted. Okay, what is the, oh, gosh, okay, what is the advice like? Oh. Okay, what I see here is that, well, one, life is a balance. Okay, it's just because somebody, you know, throws at you or what have you, like their own 2 cents, perspective or mindset, what have you, that doesn't mean that's the end all be all, okay? Somebody here needs to do some critical thinking, okay? Not just blindly like, oh, yes, I'll do whatever. Oh, yes, you're right. No, no. Somebody here needs to actually like be a good judge in a sense, like weigh the pros and cons. Is what they're saying doesn't make sense as a whole. Or has somebody here have been, or has this person who is keeping them in a mental cage, are they being, is it biased? Are they sharing biased information? Okay. And so somebody here really needs to kind of like step out of their own situation. If they didn't have this hold on them, if they didn't have to worry about whether or not this person will take back their generosity, okay? Is what they are thinking, is their mindset, is it outdated? Is it fair? Is it balanced? Or is it rooting from fear of losing control or losing somebody, or like, gosh, this is so what I'm sensing here, the advice is, because this person with the mental entrapment, they're connecting with somebody where they feel like they have a very strong soul connection with, and there's also this strong level of attraction. There's chemistry, attraction, and all of that. God is really trying to emphasize, okay? Hello, Prometheus wrote, look everywhere for another woman because she is my wife. Aw, shucks, welcome back. What happened to Morpheus? What happened to Morpheus? I guess that didn't last a while, huh? Prometheus, Morpheus, kind of rhymes, you know? But welcome back. So God is trying to advise, like somebody here really needs to communicate about the injustice that is happening here, okay? Any other final messages? Yeah, somebody here needs to really like make a decision, let go of the burdens, and is willing to take the time and effort, discipline, consistency to go within and not be affected by just any opinions, like whether or not there is history there, okay? Somebody here really needs to be a better judge for themselves. And I do sense some level of confusion, okay? This energy is uncertain of how to heal from this, okay? Because what this black male energy, the thing that they have a hold on, it's like they'll suffer. So somebody here really needs to make a decision. Continue to live unhappily to please somebody so that they'll still have access to the abundance, or choose love in a sense at all costs. At all costs, okay? Tonisa wrote, I know someone just like this person. Oh. Prometheus wrote, I think Tonisa is still searching. Oh. Well, there's no coincidence you guys are in here. Whether, you know, you guys will know how it resonates, okay? Yeah, Tonisa is awesome. Aww. Okay. I think it's a different kind of search. If anything, searching for the truth, right? Searching for the truth. Okay. So I'm going to do one more spinny spin. I feel called to do one more spinny spin. So for those of you who are listening now in the stream, the live stream, or later on, think about it. It's just like, oh, be like, I hope Arcana, I hope God covers this. Like, think about it really hard, okay? But be in that energy. Hello, Thomas. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Feel free to check out the playlist portion of this channel where you will find the Tarot Today monthly and yearly readings as well, okay? And technically they're all timeless, okay? But you'll watch it when you're meant to watch it, okay? What? Libra, are you, is that a lyrics to a song? I feel like that's a lyrics, that's a lyric. I feel like I just heard that. Oh, it's the Eminem song. Yeah. It's the Eminem song. Okay. All right. Ready? Ready? 1, 2, career. Okay. So somebody here wants to know more about their career. Who was thinking about career? Who was it? Who was it? All right, let's see the message for career. Tony Soro, me. No coincidence, no coincidence. Okay. What's the career message? One more. Career message. Okay. All right. Well, as you know, I want to call you 7, but as you know, 7. I want this to be a safe space, okay? I know I'm sure compliments are nice and lovely and all of that, but at the same time, I want people to feel comfortable in here. So let's not get too, Oh yeah, that's 7. You couldn't tell with the wife comment, No. But let's see. Okay. Career. Okay, I'm getting like a frenemy energy. Okay, I'm getting somebody. What this could be, a colleague, associate, friend, whatever this is. Okay. Okay. So this person their energy, okay, their outer appearance, or like their, how they show themselves to the world or to this energy, okay, is they seem very like friendly, helpful, caring, like they make themselves seem like they'll move, I don't want to say move mountains. They're not that much, but they they like to show this image that like they care and they want the best for them and all of that. But I'm getting phony energy, okay? So that's the outer appearance, and somebody here is just like, you know, they have this image of being very helpful, but beyond that, past that, okay? Okay, so, but beyond that facade, okay, the energy behind it is somebody here was one, you know, pretending to be somebody they're not, but this energy is actually in competition, okay, is in competition with this energy. And so it's like they're straying them in a sense. So they act like they're trying to help and all of that, but no, it's self-sabotaging. Like they're not self-sabotaging, they are sabotaging, okay? They don't want this energy to succeed. They like to watch them suffer. And if they question it or all of, like, yeah, if they question it, they'll make them say sorry instead for even thinking that when it's so there's a lot of mental mind games that I'm picking up, and it's ultimately because they're not really a friend, they're a competitor, okay? Somebody here is in competition. And so the person, as you know, we have both sides watching in. And the person who is dealing with somebody like this, God kind of came in, okay? Okay. So God came in and revealed some sort of truth, okay? So like perhaps somebody was like caught lying, or like some sort of truth was revealed, okay? Some sort of truth was revealed, and now somebody here is just like recollecting and remembering all the red flags that popped up. Because it's almost like, okay, Libra, mob, okay, L, whatever, okay? I don't know what you're doing, okay? I like to keep it respectful here, okay? So please, okay, let's behave. I'm not really sure what you're trying to say, but I'm not getting great vibes. Okay? Just to let you know, okay? Just to let you know. Okay? So let's behave a little bit. Okay, so somebody here, now that some level of truth has been exposed, somebody here is thinking now. They're remember, like they know exactly who this energy is. Okay? This person knows exactly who I'm talking about, and now they're looking back and remembering all of the moments where they knew something was wrong, something was up, and somebody here was being like a fake friend, so to speak, a fake colleague, and now they're questioning their intentions. Okay? All right. Okay. Oh. Hello, story. I'm from planet Earth. Anyways, so what I'm getting here is, okay, so why this is a problem, or like why this is coming to light, is because I see here somebody chose, they chose the phony person over somebody who was actually being honest and truthful, and it was actually the real support. Okay? Yeah. So I'm getting three energies. And so one person, the first person is the one that has been phony. In the middle is the person that like kind of believed them, or like believed their lies or their intentions. And then the third person is the one who was actually like honest the whole time and was supportive the whole time, but they were shunned, or they were casted out because the other the person who was pretending to be the friend, or the one that actually cared, they chose that person instead. Okay? Yeah. Okay. So why do we need to know this? It's giving off like similar energies to our first spin. It's like somebody here really needs to make a decision. Okay? It's like okay. So the person who was being phony, okay, who was pretending to be somebody they're not. The reason why the person who's confused, okay, and who's reevaluating everything, is because the person that was doing the fooling, perhaps they had more of a reputation, or more of a, maybe like on paper, perhaps they were more like educated, or they make more money, or like they, I mean, just because, I don't want to say more educated, perhaps like they have like a degree, or you know, something like they supposedly have more clout in a sense, or like they are known in the public eye to be somebody of value, or like perhaps they have a lot of like blessings or money, or like a reputation, or a more like they know a lot of people, or something like that. And so somebody got fed into that instead of trusting their heart. Okay. That's good. That's good, Prometheus. Tanisa wrote hashtag facts. Okay, so what's gonna happen? Like, give me a little bit. What's going to happen with all of this? I'm getting something about like an apology is due. Because they chose somebody, they chose a liar over somebody that was telling the truth or being honest and genuine. So they know that they have to do the right thing in a sense. Okay. Yeah. It's so weird. It's like, even though we're touching up on career, it's somehow like tied in with love energy as well, in a sense. Oh. Oh, that is so sweet. Prometheus wrote, this woman is another strain of alien, but I'm so head over heels for this goddess. Oh, you are so sweet. Such kind words. Such kind words. Okay, so it's coming back to the first message that we started off with. You know how I was talking about this energy that has some sort of hold, right? So perhaps this person, they had also opportunities for career, okay? Like maybe they knew people or they had connections so that they can open more doors for them, stuff like that. And so again, it's like somebody here is trying, even though they know it's not coming from a good place or there's some level of manipulation, they still kind of chose them instead. And so okay, so how do you want to end this? How do you want to end this, God? What's the message you want to? Somebody here, they know that they messed up. Because I see here that person that was being phony, they turned on them too. Okay? They turned on them. They turned on them. So it's like there's no loyalty. Somebody here was also caught like talking bad about this energy. Something about like somebody here discounted somebody by saying they're not smart for what they have done. This is pretty heavy energy. Anything else, God? Let's wrap it up. I'm getting strong air sign. Okay? Strong air sign. The person who was being like phony, fake, and all of that, strong air sign coming through. So Aquarius, Gemini, Libra under Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus, or like just regardless of the sign. Okay, regardless of the sign. If it resonates with you, even better. But yeah, I'm just getting some sort of like phony energy. Okay. Aww. Teresa. I know, ask away, okay? This is crazy. Oh, but yikes. Yeah. Okay. Anything else? Somebody here needs to. I see some level of like confrontation that needs to happen. And when that confrontation happens, two things are going to happen. One is something is going to end, okay? Whether it's the connection in itself or the manipulation and the phoniness will stop, okay? And second is there's going to be success as a result of somebody here limiting their contact, whether that is cold turkey, just like, you know, if it is possible, just cutting ties, burning bridges, and just letting it go for somebody's own sanity and for their own abundance. And that, yeah, like just wrapping it up, finishing it, you know, and obviously if that is not possible, then it's just limiting the interaction and all of that, is so that somebody here can't be played. Okay. Oh, everyone's welcome. Okay, because like, especially if you're in here wanting to know, wanting to learn, wanting to hear some level of clarity and truth, it's really, it's part of the spiritual journey. So somebody here, their soul is just like, yes, yes, listen to her, she's dropping facts, like, and it's really helping the person listening in like see things in a different perspective, because they know intuitively, energetically, that something has been off, but it's like they're getting confirmation and new and different ways of looking at things, or whatever was like swept under the rug or what have you. Like, I'm bringing, like, you know, we're bringing it out. We're doing some level of like deep cleaning. This isn't just surface level, like, oh, let's just brush it off, or, you know, put it under the rug. No, we're gonna expose everything and shine a light, and it's just like, that needs to be worked on. This is what's going on. This is why this area is not working out. This is why there's stress. You know, somebody here knows that there's just a lot of deceptive energy that I'm picking up, okay? And again, I'm also getting like competitive energy. Okay. Somebody's threatened. Okay, somebody here is threatened, is what I'm seeing here. Because they don't want to lose control. Okay, anything else? Anything else? Yeah. Yeah. I'm getting territorial. It's control. Somebody here is very controlling. Okay. Anything else, God? See, it's crazy. There's so much air energy coming through. Somebody here, the final message here is the person that is like phony and all of that, they're straying, okay? They're doing the devil's work in a sense, whether they are conscious of it or not, okay? I am getting some sort of outdated belief, immaturity, all of that. The main, to summarize, okay, actionable steps to address this is there needs to be an ending, a wrapping up, so that this doesn't happen again, okay? So that this person is not able to, you know, they're not a puppeteer, like, you know, playing mind games and like, and all of that. People are, you know, if they're operating in that kind of like negative, like devilish behaviors and all of that, there's going to be people doing that because that's what they're doing, okay? It's going to happen, okay? It is going to happen. People are going to do that because they're operating out of like fear, lack, competitiveness, all these devilish reasons, okay? Ego-based reasons. So us individually, we need to be the filter, okay? And what I mean by filter is it's kind of like that sift, what do you call it? Where it's just like, we'll say a net, okay? So for those of you who, that's probably more a term that everybody will understand, okay? So let's say that there's a net, okay? We can't just, the net can't be wide enough that it's just gonna, or whether it's like wide enough or narrow enough, okay? It can't be wide enough that everything is just coming in. You know, the bad, all of that. We can't just have a net that just accepts all of it. Okay? We have to filter through and make sure all the negative stuff, or the people with like bad intentions or playing games and all of that, or all of that, we got to limit our interaction with them in a sense. They can't have access to us and influence, okay? We can't be influenced by that. We have to be strong enough to know and be that judge, right? That's what we were tapping into earlier too, that similar message, okay? So it's all kind of tying together as well. So whether this is in your love life or in your career, okay, it's saying we have to be really mindful of who's just smoke and mirrors, who's playing games so that it just works for them, okay? So we have to be the one to know who gets to stay in our life and who doesn't. And so depending on whichever, you know, aspect of your life this applies to, it should really be applied to it, you know, in general, life in general, okay? Whether that is in friendship, love life, career, family member, whoever it is, we have to limit ourselves. They can't have access to us 100%, okay? They can, we at the end of the day have to be our own person and our own judge in a sense, to be able to see things with the pros and cons, okay? So if somebody, even if they say like, oh, you know, no, this is the way, okay? That's a perspective that we can comprehend or kind of look into. But when we judge it, in a sense, okay, when we see the pros and cons, we got to really ask ourselves, does it make sense? Okay, does it make sense? Is it the reality? Is it the truth? This card came up again. So somebody here needs to make a decision. If they choose to, even if they see all the red flags and stuff, and they still, you know, turn a blind eye and just agree and pretend like everything is fine, they're not being that fair, justice, and balanced person for whatever reason. I see here is because they rather be in bad company than be alone, in a sense. So somebody here really needs to make a decision. Hello, Charles. So what did we just learn right now? Because Charles asked, which crypto should I be trading? Please help me. What did we just learn right now? Who's been listening? Charles? We have to be our own judge, right? I'm sure you've seen and read, and if you haven't, we need to do the research, okay? Feel free to save this video and watch it from the beginning if you'd like, but just I'll summarize it for you, okay? We have to be our own judge in a sense, okay? And we have to do our own research and see the pros and cons of what is being presented, okay? We have to do it. We have to do the work. Because it's like God, somebody here is easily influenced, okay? Somebody here is easily influenced. Like there's confusion because they believe everything they see, everything they come in contact with. So God is really trying to strengthen this energy, okay? To kind of not be so lost, okay? Not be so confused. Somebody here really needs to have their own opinion, in a sense, instead of just soaking up everybody else's or etc. So somebody here needs to be more mindful of that. Anything else? Yeah, and that is going to be, so when we strengthen that ability to do our own research and not be easily influenced, okay? We can hear it, but at the end of the day, we need to take it in and just be like, is what they're saying, does it make sense? Okay? Whoever it is, we got to be our own judge. And if it is making sense, then it's just like, okay, like go with that. But somebody here needs to make a decision instead of like saying like, oh, like, no, everybody is right. No, that is incorrect. That is incorrect, okay? They may have their perspective, okay? But there is some level of yeah, somebody here really needs to have I'm getting like, yeah, there's somebody here is really influenced by other people to the point where they're not able to make their own decision. Any final messages? It's just like, I wanna, oh, see that card came again. Somebody here is mental entrapment. I'm getting like they're chained by this energy. So somebody here, the thing is though, they can leave whenever they please. That's the thing. But somebody here feels like they're trapped. Okay. Okay, anything else, guys? No, that is it. That is it. I am getting some sort of fear about being poor or like not having enough money or like foundation stability. So yeah, this person may have turned a blind eye or not acknowledged the red flags and continue to be played or be part of this like phony nature because of they don't want to be poor. They don't want to be alone. Okay. All right, Prometheus, come on now. Remember, I want this to be a safe space, okay? So let's let Charles take it all in, you know, and see how the message is coming through, how it's applying in their life. Yeah. Yeah, the person that this energy is the person that is being like phony and stuff like that, they either like as mentioned, either they're like well connected or like they maybe they have a good job or they have money or what have you, and so they just the person that may have some level of like fear of like money and foundation and all that, like they just feel like they just need to listen to them or like be on their good side because it might open doors for them. But let's be real, okay? Let's be real. If they really could open doors and stuff like that, they would have already. They would have already. But they didn't. They didn't. So there, it's just like this. It's the dangling. It's the dangling. Okay, it's like this person the person who's being played by them in a sense, or like they notice some red flags, but they let them do what they do. Hello, Scorp. Hello. Somebody here really needs to heal from this. Of like, they really need to let go of that burden because, as mentioned, if this energy thinks that like, oh no, I gotta be on that person's good side because they they'll be able to help me in the future. But it's, I see here, this person needs help now and they're not helping, right? So somebody here is relying on some sort of fantasy. But as mentioned, it's all smoke and mirrors. They never planned on really helping. They just wanted to be that person, like, oh, I'll be there for you. I'm your friend. I'll be there for you. Anyways, oh my God. So somebody here is just like, oh yeah, I'm totally gonna be there for you. Oh yeah, we're best buds. We're, you know, like you can count on me. But it's just like this energy needs help now in a sense, but it's just they're being kind of like dangling. They're not fully helping. It's like just enough to keep them. It's control. It's control. Manipulation. Oh, oh, oh. Okay, but now you know, whoever, you know, this energy, if you're, you know, they know now. Okay, they know. And now it's up to them. If they decide to be like, you know what? Yeah. That's right. Like, this is what's happening. And if they choose themselves, it's going to empower them, not let others affect them and play them and control them in these kinds of like ego-based fantasy. Okay, once this energy truly breaks out of it, they're going to have that inner strength of like not letting others have this level of control over them. But I do sense here, you know, it really does take, it does take, okay. The person who stands in their power is the person that actually does the work, okay? The person that has inner self-strength is because they chose to have that strength. They didn't let other people affect them to an extent, okay? But perhaps like on the surface level, yeah. But deep inside, the person with strength, no matter who tries to affect them, who tries to have control over them, they may affect them like temporarily, but at the end of the day, because they have that inner strength, they'll just snap right back into reality, and it's just like, no, can't play me, like that kind of energy. Okay, so but what I'm seeing here is the person that continues to turn a blind eye, doesn't do anything about it, doesn't make a decision to let these kinds of like manipulative energies go. If they don't do that, if they don't stand in their power, guess what? They won't find success. They won't. They'll be just stuck, helpless, living in a fantasy. It's not real. So for those who are interested in connecting with me one-on-one, all of that information can be found in the description of this video. Okay? I know. Don't be sad. Don't be sad. Come on. Come on. You know, I will say this. Okay? Actions speak louder than words. Okay? And so if somebody here is trying to really connect one-on-one, okay, actionable steps, actionable steps. Okay, all right, so that's what I have for you, all right. For those of you who came in, wrote comments, sent hearts, all of that, like the video, subscribe to the channel, or just like listened in, okay? God is like, good job. Yeah. I'm getting somebody here. In order to stand in their own strength, they need to reject the handout, or like the possibility of a handout or something like that. Because remember, okay, if they were going to help, they would have helped already. They would have helped already. I'm just really getting like this fearful energy of somebody here is just like, if they truly stand in their power, they think that it's going to be hard for them. It's their choice, okay? Free will. Whether somebody here is just going to continue this or to stand in their power, we reap what we sow, okay? Hello, Miss. Welcome back. Anything else? That is it. Okay, somebody here needs to make a decision and they need to stick with it. Okay, either they're going to grow, expand, evolve, or they're just going to be stuck. The decision is ours. The decision is ours. Man, man. Oh. I will leave with this, okay? With this final message. For those of you who are like in fear that if they stand up for themselves or like be in their power, etc., just know that that is actually the reward, okay? It's only going to get better if that is achieved, okay? Because if that isn't achieved, then there's no progression, there's no expansion, and somebody here is just going to live in a lie. And so there is more abundance, more blessings when somebody here decides to choose themselves and stand in their power, okay? Just know, if somebody here needed a reason to not be stuck in that fear, okay? We got to see the rewards and the blessings. Anyways, some of you guys need rest, okay? So get some rest, okay? And I'll talk to you guys later. And if somebody here needs to apologize for something, well, one, they gotta stop doing what they been doing, okay? Something needs to change for that apology to be real. Okay, all right. I guess somebody here has some work to do, but it's like, how do you start a new beginning? I can't believe this was at the bottom. Okay. G2G, got to go. Okay, life's a balance. So get some rest. Yeah. Heal. I do some sort of, yeah. I'm getting, somebody here needs to be honest with themselves. Aww. Hello, Alice. Bye. Hey. Okay. Aww. Nice. Okay. All right. Bye. Have a good one. Until next time.